Hello everyone. For this video, it's going to be a little bit special because I haven't done this in a little while, to be honest, due to the crappy content that's been coming out a lot recently. But this movie changed all that. And what movie am I talking about? Deadpool and Wolverine. Before I go into specifics, I'm going to first say that I was wrong by judging it. Every movie that they made before was bad beyond belief. Had woke stuff in it. Women empowerment, go on and so on and so forth. We all know this. So people told me to watch it. After they watched it, said it was good. Well, after watching it, here is my determination and honest answer here. I loved it. It was fantastic. And I will give the reasons why I liked it and the synopsis for it. And this is a non-spoiler reaction since I want everybody to see it for themselves. The reasons why I liked it were the good music, good storyline, good and likable characters, which people knew from the older films from Fox, and more importantly, this was the last good Marvel film that came out. The next one's coming up. I don't believe they will be any good. And this will probably be the last time we see Deadpool. I may be wrong on that aspect, but Deadpool's character might be done in this film, since he wrapped it up nicely in a bow with a special character, Wolverine. Okay, now for the synopsis part of the film. Deadpool's world was falling apart based on a TVA. If you don't know what the TVA is, this is based on Loki and every other TV series that Marvel made, based on the TVA and time travel. So after Deadpool feels worthless in his world, kind of, in a way. No one's willing to hire him, and he feels worthless, and he wants to make a big change to get his girl back, as you know, Vanessa. To do that, the TVA basically came to his house knocking like the police. Then, after the fact, brought him to a character named Paradox. Paradox was a worker for the TVA and was leader for that sector in the TVA in Deadpool's world. Paradox wanted to ruin it by a machine. I believe it was called a Time Ripper, if I'm right. Then, after the fact, he was told his anchor died. And his anchor was Logan. If everyone remembers clearly, the anchor was from, I believe, 2017 or 2018 film Logan, where that Logan died, a hero saving X-23, if I'm correct. Fast forward, now his world's going to crap. He has 72 hours to stop the TVA. So he has to get the right Wolverine, which he finds the right one, and then he meets a whole bunch of characters. And I'll name most that I can remember. Elektra, Blade, Thor, X-23, Gambit, which everyone loved, and supposedly uh, Charles Xavier's twin. I forgot her name, but his twin was the villain of the film. And also the Human Torch from the original Fantastic Four was in it also. The point being, all the original actors from the Fox films, original actors that played those characters, were in this film. So I'll give Ryan Reynolds the credit for that. And this film kind of closed off the Fox franchises as a whole, kind of. As the franchises were Deadpool, obviously, the X-Men films, the good and bad ones, Fantastic Fours, 1 and 2, the Electra film, and many others, including Blade in the mix too. So this was kind of like a tribute to the Fox universe, like how Marvel wrapped up their universe in a nice way until they messed it up. And then 2 other films kind of stayed temporarily, which were Spider-Man No Way Home and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now fast forward to Deadpool and Wolverine. I give credit to Ryan Reynolds. He actually cares to make good films. He didn't want to make a propaganda film like so many others did. And that's why so many other films flopped. But this one didn't. This one was special. In so many ways, shapes, or forms. But people with nostalgia with these characters, and to be frank, I wasn't familiar with these characters, all of them. But after seeing this film, I was happy I saw this film. I was very happy. And they mentioned so many fourth wall breaks, which are nuts. And the prime example ones that we all know of, if you've seen this, is makes fun of Disney for its failures. What do I mean by its failures? By the multiverse films that flapped due to the propaganda that was involved in those films. Basically shows the Fox sign in the void, where the TVA, if they zap you, we go to the void. It also mentions the proposal, makes fun of feminism and ideology, and so much more than that. And to make it more special, there was cursing by Deadpool 2 and so many others. And for the first time ever, Wolverine and the Torch cursed left and right, which I laughed at and enjoyed. Because in their original films, they didn't curse too much. To be honest, because Fox won't allow it. But after seeing this film, I enjoyed it. And I encourage everybody to see it. Frankly, as a whole, and I forgot to mention this part, the visual effects were well done. And granted, the plot, there were many plot holes in there, but I didn't care. There were many ones, and that's fine. I'm not overthinking that too much. But overall, though, this film wrapped up the Fox universe in a nice way, and the way it ended, in that battle and the very ending itself, I'm not going to mention, because I want everybody to see it. It was a good film, and hopefully more films come out like this, but Disney has a pattern. They do one good one, then they do 3 terrible ones. Same thing for TV shows. So, to wrap this video up nicely, this film, I'll probably go see again once I'm off, because it was done well. Granted, the film wasn't done perfect. All the cameos weren't there that he wanted, and he took out two people that weren't supposed to be in the film. I'm glad he did. And the people I'm talking about is Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk. Those D-list characters want to mess up the film in a bad way possible. But thankfully he took it out. And I'm glad he did. And as for all the Deadpools, and I forgot to mention this also, I apologize. And there were many variants of Deadpools and Wolverines in this film too. And there were a few famous people that we know from DC that were in this film as well. For prime example, Henry Cavill, for instance. And many, and I believe some others too. And then, and as for the Deadpool variants, it's kind of funny for this, but his wife and his children were involved in the film too, which I found hilarious. Simply put, this film was fantastic, and I loved it. I'll probably see it again within a matter of days again. Since I loved how everything was done, and how it wrapped up the Fox universe in a nice way, and giving Logan the perfect ending he deserved after a sad ending from Logan in 2016 or 2017, around that, or 2018, around those time areas. So to cut this video short to the point, go see this film. It's fantastic. And I hope Marvel learns from their mistakes and goes back to the original formula. If not, go back to nostalgia and do it right with the right director. And those directors were Ryan Reynolds and the directors from Deadpool 1 and 2. So they did a good job, and I give them credit for that. And I hope they do more films down the line and teach Marvel and Disney a few things of how to make a good film without adding propaganda and women empowerment at the same time. Those elements are not needed to make a good film. That's how they make bad films. And we all know this by that the films that they made way before, except for two exceptions: Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Spider-Man No Way Home. So, in other words, go see this film, and you will enjoy it. And again, I won't explain all the details, because I want all of you to enjoy the ones that didn't see it. The ones who saw it and convinced me to see it, thank you for that, and I appreciate it. And if this video does well, I'll do more video reactions for movies. Even involve bad ones, to be honest. The next one I'll probably do is Beetlejuice 2, after seeing it and see how it goes from there. But back to topic at hand, Deadpool and Wolverine did a fantastic job. Wrapped up the Fox universe storyline perfectly. And all these characters had a beautiful ending. And the battles were phenomenal. With the fantastic music. So please see this movie. If you're a Marvel fan, don't give up like I did until recently. And look out for the good ones. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. May God bless you all, my friends, and have a wonderful night.